What's going on, everyone? I'm in the middle of changing out some of my pulleys and stuff like that. I've been having an issue. Not sure if any of you other guys have had any issues like this or not, but I've been cleaning some of the residue off from my issue. Not sure if you can still see any of it, but I got a lot of brake clean. I was cleaning this off. I probably should have showed you. Here's a little bit of it right here. And what it stems from is this guy right here. This is a carbonite coated 3.0 pulley. This thing has been eating belts non-stop. So I've been having belts last probably 100 miles. I got lucky and I had a Gates green belt. It lasted, I want to say 110 miles, maybe 115 miles. But I also don't think I was getting to boost a whole lot with that belt. I was just driving around. So take it how you will. But for those who don't know, so some of the problems when you start making a lot of boost with the prochargers is belt slippage, especially, I got a Dodge Challenger. So from the factory, it only has a 6-rib setup. And they do got companies out there to make 8-rib setups for, they sell them. I found one for $2,000. But then once you add in the ATI harmonic damper, upgrade that to an 8-rib, the tensioner, the idler pulley, you're looking at probably about $3,000 when it's all said and done. And that's you doing it yourself, not paying someone else to do it. So, it is what it is. So a lot of cheaper costs is the carbonite coating on the pulleys, where people will switch over to that. That way they don't have belt slippage because the belt will grab. But this thing is grabbing so bad that it is literally, like I said, it's eating the belts. But there is no belt slippage. So I guess if you're a drag racing this thing, you just had to swap it. I get these belts right here on Amazon. This is the belt I use. I've been using these because I've been having to swap them out. But you can get these for, I want to say $20 a piece. So, what's cheaper, paying, $4 or $5,000 doing an 8-rib setup, or just keeping a couple of these in the trunk? So I keep that in the trunk, and I would keep this right here in the trunk. But I'm honestly getting tired of swapping belts. So I forgot I had a 320 pulley. I sold my old P1SC procharger. I got a D1SC. I got rid of it, and I got rid of all the pulleys, or so I thought. But I actually found this one a couple of days ago just sitting on the back shelf. And I was like, dude, why do I even have a 320 for? But I don't even know why I have that one. I don't even remember where it came from. Because if I remember correctly, I went from a 385 straight down to as low as I could go, which was the 3.0 Carbonite. So I ordered this one anyway, probably like 2 weeks ago. It's a 3.0 from Procharger. And I think I paid $100 just for this pulley. And as you can tell, it's slick. There's no coating or anything. This thing's going to slip. I've been making, let's see, I was making 15 pounds of boost with this carbonite coated pulley with no belt slip at all. There was no boost lag or anything. Like, this thing hit 15 pounds of boost, I'd shift, 15 pounds of boost, shift. There was no going back down. But if I remember correctly, when I was running this one before my engine blew, like, there was belt slippage constantly. Well, when I was running a 385, but this is going to be even smaller. So anyway, I think for right now, like, I really don't care about belt slippage. I would, I just want something that I can that's going to be reliable when I drive it. So I'm just gonna run this for a little while. Now there is another pulley. I'm gonna contact them and see if I can order it. But somebody was telling me that, I don't know if any of you guys have heard of Grip Tech, but somebody was telling me that Grip Tech uses a carbonite coating as well. I'm not 100% sure, but the Grip Tech pulley was like 160, 170. And they've got it in a 270 pulley. That's the smallest one they got. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. With a 270 pulley, I talked to my tuner about it. We might be able to pick up like another pound or two of boost. So I've been thinking about maybe contacting them and ordering one of those, see if I can't get a deal on it or something maybe. I've been spending a lot of money on car parts here lately. Here's a couple of my cobalt gauges and stuff like that I'm getting ready to put in and stuff like that. And I still got my nitrous kit and stuff like that over here. I still got to install. I don't even know what my car makes with nitrous. So I mean, I still got my nitrous in the trunk, but I need to hook everything else up to it and see what it'll do. But again, like I said, right now I think I just want to do a little bit of reliability and just driving around. I don't really care about, you know, max horsepower. I just want to have, you know, just a little bit of fun with it. So if I have any issues and belt slippage out of this, I may be just ordering a bigger upper pulley and just turning the boost down, and then just, you know, taking it back to my tuner and just getting him to, you know, just put a little tune on it and turn it down some, because, you know, sometimes you want to have fun with these cars. I mean, just because you got max horsepower and you're braking stuff constantly, I mean, it gets a little old after a while. You kind of want something that's going to be reliable. And yes, I have been thinking about the 8-rib setup for reliability and stuff like that as well. But again, I mean, that is a lot of money. I mean, that would be something that I would probably save up and then maybe do like next year or something like that, you know, because, I mean, when you start adding in, like, you know, I mean, you guys know how much these parts cost. I mean, there's, you know, the procharger 3-core race center cooler, you know, double blow-off valves, MSD, coil packs, Edelbrock intake, air-motor fuel pressure regulator, all 8N fuel lines. I have Deech work injectors in it. I mean, you start doing the math on it, you know, and adding every single component. I mean, there is a lot of money. And I honestly starting to get a little old spending money constantly, you know, just to, you know, I wanted a 1,000 horsepower car. We built it. But now it's like, you know, it's almost not, now I see why people just go and buy the Hellcat, you know, because it's like, oh, I can take this Dodge, you know, Challenger RT, you know, I could dump, you know, I paid 16 grand for the car and I probably dumped another 20 into it. You know, now I'm at 36 grand. Well, the Hellcats are coming down now. I don't think you can buy one for 36 grand, but, you know, you can, I've seen a couple for about 45. But I mean, what's $9,000 more dollars? And then, you know, I mean, you got warranties and all that going on. But I just wanted to give everybody a heads up on, like, you know, the Carbinite coating pulleys, and if anybody thinks they're worth it, and has anybody else had, you know, the same experiences. Because, you know, I've seen some people with experiences and they said they got like 50, 60,000 miles out of these things. But also, I don't know if that's like on a 10 rib, a 12 rib. Was it on an 8 rib? I'm going to go out on a limb and say I highly doubt it was on a 6 rib, because, I mean, you know, it's already small as it is to begin with. I mean, there's not a lot of meat there. So I'm going to go on a limb and say, nah, not on a 6 rib. I doubt it. But honestly, I would love to hear, like, you know, some people with some other Challengers, you know, that had a 6 rib setup and maybe used, you know, Carbonite coating. I'd love to see, you know, somebody put in the comments, say, hey man, I did do that, and, you know, I got 10,000 miles out of it, you know. But I ran, like I said, I ran a Gates Fleet Runner HD belt. You know, that's the green belts. I got pretty much the same exact 100 miles that I would have on, you know, just the regular cheap Gates Micro V belt. And then I also ran the Gates RPM belt. Now, what the Gates RPM belt did that the other belts didn't do was it stretched. And it stretched a lot. I want to say it stretched over an inch. So, but the other belts never stretched or anything. They just got ate up. So that's something different. But also another reason why I like buying from Procharger also, I know a lot of you guys, you know, a lot of people don't like ATI too much because, you know, man, they're expensive. But they always include everything you're going to need in the packaging. So that's always really cool of them, you know. Because, I mean, you don't have to worry. You're like, you know, if you mess this, like I said, you know, I keep all my extra old parts just in case, all my extra spacers and stuff like that. I like to keep all that stuff. Just, you never know. So I'll keep that and just throw it in the old Procharger box. And, you know, now I have been told never to reuse these bolts right here. You know, that's what holds your pulley onto the Procharger. So I never reuse these right here. So I always throw those ones in the trash. But as far as the spacers, you know, I will keep the spacers. Why? That's a good point. But I don't know why I keep them. But just in case something was to ever happen, you know. Maybe a spacer destroys itself somehow. But anyway, thanks for checking out the video and everything. And like I said, if you have any experiences or anything, do leave it in the comments, because I would definitely like to read and see, you know, if anybody's had the same issues or resolve the problems in another way or anything. That'd be awesome. All right, thank you so much, and I appreciate it.